So, a situation these last couple of days really highlighted just how addicted to, or at least dependent on fasting I am. So I had to leave my last apartment where I recorded. Been recording videos for 2 months now. What had happened was that my apartment had a plumbing problem, and the landlord had come by to ask me to move. I wasn't in a fasted state, and I got very frustrated because the landlord had wanted me to move really quickly, and he was watching me, and it made me feel like I had to rush. In the process of doing so, I spilled a whole bottle of coconut oil all throughout my belongings, and I got very upset about that and argued with the landlord, and I quickly calmed down, and I was already 3 hours into fasting. By the time I had finished moving, it was more like 5, and I started to feel better, and I apologized to the landlord and the manager and explained, this is a little bit upsetting. Why don't we shake hands and move on from this? And so I got a refund for the rest of the lease, so that's all right. And then I moved to this Airbnb which I booked last night. I spent the night sleeping under Jupiter in opposition, which was nice. And as I was viewing Jupiter, now I had 8 or 9 hours under my belt, and I quickly forgave everybody for the problems. And this morning I called to apologize again. They apologized to me. This morning when I called them, I was 13 hours into fasting. Okay, fast forward to this Airbnb now. I had booked the place, and the owner had sent me a confirmation email, but for some reason, he had mistakenly cut off the rest of the email, so I didn't get the door password and everything. So I called the owner, who very promptly texted me the door password, but unfortunately my battery dies just as she does it, which caused a little bit of confusion because she must think I hung up on her, and how rude that was. I gotta wait for my battery to charge. I'm waiting for that as I record this video. So I asked a neighbor just across the street. I introduced myself. I'm an Airbnb guest across the street, and my battery just dies, and I just need to get the door code. You see, normally that's a very stress-inducing conversation to me, but I'm 16 hours into fasting. Oh, hi, my name is Andrew. How's it going? And it was nice that I covered my face so he couldn't see how nervous I was. Hey, my name is Andrew. I bet you know the lady across the street who runs an Airbnb. Oh, yeah, I know her. I'm staying here, and unfortunately, my battery dies just as I'm looking up the door code number. Would you mind if I charge my battery here? Oh, no problem. And he charges it for 5 minutes. I go take a walk. I come back. I look at the door code. I come back in. Unfortunately, I need to charge some more before I could call the owner back to apologize. That's how I am when I'm fasting. Day and night. Night and day, right? I wish I could have had a fasted state last night, but you know what? Maybe God wanted me to sleep under Jupiter. Maybe God wants me to move back out to the country again. This is about 15 miles outside of Phoenix. Very happy-go-lucky again. Anyway, happy fasting.